Hi, welcome to RoseOpalKnits, a crafty channel.
This is episode 110, and I'm Daphne.
And I'm Erica, and we are a mother-in-law, daughter-in-law duo from Delaware. So hey, how you doing? Welcome. If you are returning, thank you so much for choosing to come spend your time with us again. And if you are new here, we hope you stick around and you like what you see. Like I said in the intro, this is a crafty channel, and today's episode is all about knitting, right?
Yeah.
All right. It's all about knitting, and but on this channel we also talk about crochet and cross stitch, and sometimes we talk about yarn dyeing and sewing, and
if it involves string, it's probably eventually shown in this.
Yeah. And all the notes for today will be in the description box below. That's where you can find us, where you can find out how to get in contact with us, and where we are on social media, our website where we have some free patterns on the blog, and our Discord group, which is free to join, and that's where we host all our knit-alongs and make-alongs, our spread shop where we have our merch, and our Ko-Fi where your generous donations help us to send out prizes and giveaways. And any shops that have discount codes, and any podcasters that we may mention during the episode. So today is May 29th. It is exactly 1:46 p.m. and it's time to get into the crafty goodness. Wait, actually no, I did want to say something. There is still a winner of a pattern prize that hasn't contacted us yet. And so if you go back to two episodes, episode 108, that is the episode that we announced the winner in. And if the winner hasn't contacted us by the next episode, I'll have drawn another pattern prize winner for that. Okay, now we're getting into the crafty goodness. I don't have any finished objects. You do.
But what are you wearing?
But I am wearing something that's old. So this is another Bluebird cardie. I wore one a couple of episodes ago. It was blue and white. So this is the original Bluebird cardie that I knitted.
It's got the lace detail.
Yeah, I did the lace detail at the bottom.
It's a little hard to see based on your black.
Yeah, there you go. And I followed the pattern exactly, except I knit the sleeves longer. And
is that palette?
Yes.
It looks like the palette.
Yeah, this is Knit Picks palette, and I knitted a size smaller on purpose because I knew I was just going to wear it over a dress, and so I didn't want a lot of fabric in the front. But I do find that when I wear it, I do this. I don't know why. When I look at it, I don't think it looks too small, but it kind of...
Because you like the cardigans to wrap.
I guess. Yeah.
Like, you want to be able to, like, pull them all the way across.
Yeah,
actually.
I guess.
You do that all the time. You just,
yeah.
like, it's like a natural response to wearing a cardigan. Yeah. It seems like she just pulls them close.
I don't think it looks bad, but I guess it's just not the way I prefer to wear a cardigan. But I just didn't want a lot of woolly fabric because I knew I'd be wearing it in the warmer months.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do like this pattern, and I actually think I might knit another one at some point. Not yet. So, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing the Skyline Tee by Tori Yu, which I think I knit an inch in the ribbing. So, I'm wearing sweatpants, and we're not going to judge because we're at home. But it is more cropped than I meant for. But I think that was from blocking it, actually, because it was longer when I tried it on, and then I blocked it, and I think I blocked it wide instead of... I mean, like, everyone knows, once you block it, you
can manipulate
the fabric.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I pulled it wider because I wanted a boxy fit. But I also didn't take into consideration how wide I was pulling it instead of the length.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to try to reblock it and pull it for the length just a little bit, you know? Because, I mean, like, it's fine. Mm-hmm. It would be fine with my jeans, too. It would be fine. So I don't know yet. Haven't decided. It's very comfortable though this way, so I'm like, I don't know, like it's pretty boxy, but it's got a.
It's kind of a perfect length for a dress or
Oh, that would be pretty.
high waisted pants.
I have a really pretty flower skirt. And it's got yellow in the center of the flower. That would be so cute. But it's supposed to be a summer top anyways, a short sleeve, you know. So it's supposed to be summertime or wear it with a cardigan in the winter or whatever, you know. So it's just like, I feel like it's good color for like all seasons. Because it's like a sunflower, but then like you go into fall and it's like kind of an autumnal yellow.
Like a mum.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like it. This is
leaves.
my favorite color. Okay. But this is the Sweet Mountain Fibers yarn in the Daphne color, which is dyed for us. She has Erica too, you know, so this is the perfect shade of yellow, basically.
Yeah, well, she dyed Daphne and she dyed Erica.
Yeah.
I don't know that she has any more in stock because it was years ago.
Here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the orange and the yellow.
Yeah,
so.
But it was years ago. So.
Yeah, it's been a little while since then. We always show that when we talk about these yarns. But it does have the little rib texture down the shoulder. It's a saddle shoulder construction. So you do shoulders, back, front, body, sleeves, collar. You know what I mean? That kind of construction. Now you knit the third size on a US 5, which is a 4.75 millimeter. And then the ribbing was on a US 4, which is a 4.5 millimeter. So. And I don't know what the length of the body is called for, but I knit everything else to pattern. And then I just knit it. I'm pretty sure most patterns just say knit to desired length anyway, so everything's to pattern pretty much. So, and I really like it.
I didn't say what needles I used for mine. I used US 6 4 millimeter. Yeah, I have a Ravelry page for it, but it's down, you know, because it's older. But all right. You have any other finished objects? Yeah. I know you do.
Okay, kind of boring. I'm boring this week.
This is another pair of earrings that Daphne crocheted for me.
I don't know what that stitch is. I just looked up stitches, crochet stitches, and just crocheted around until it looked fine. But my other finished object is a pair of socks. So one was finished, so I was up where that bunny is from Grizzly Knits. And I was knitting this, and it's a sock set by Holly Price Fibers. It's the Queen Susan the Gentle, which is a Narnia reference, and I finally connected the dots after the podcast last week. And I kept calling it Queen Charlotte.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's Queen Susan the Gentle. And it was a sock set, so it's 100 grams of fingering weight yarn and a 20 gram mini. So when I was knitting these are for my husband. So they are a 72 stitch sock on a US 1.5 2.5 millimeter needle. And I ran out of the mini.
Stockinette heel.
Yeah, stockinette heel. But I ran out of my mini one round from finishing. So literally just the last round, and the Kitchener is in the main color. So, but yeah, it's a 72 stitch sock, heel flap and gusset, 1x1 rib, and a wedge toe, which I cut, like I end with 32 stitches altogether. That sounds like a lot. But I do. I end with 16 on each side.
Yeah, because you said he likes a wider toe.
He's got wide feet. And he wears a men's size 13. So, they're done.
Yeah.
But those are all my finished objects. I only have half objects left, though.
Well, you want to go ahead? Oh,
that's all I have left.
Oh, that's okay. So now we're gonna go into works in progress. I'll start, and I left my stuff over here, so I'll go grab it.
Yeah, I had a new goal for myself, which I'll talk about in a minute.
All right, so I have a new cast on. It was planned for June, but it happened again. I found myself upstairs in my room on my bed with my daughter while she was doing some schoolwork. And she didn't need my help, but she wanted me to stay sitting next to her, and all my current knitting whips were downstairs. So this bag was on this shelf here with those bags, and I was like, I'll get a sock started. So this is a bag by Cherish Stitch by Oli. It was gifted to me by Daphne and Holden for my birthday, and in it is my new sock whip. I am using this yarn by Amy of Noble Character Crafts. I believe it was a one of a kind. I won it years ago, and she no longer dies anyway, but so it's a very deep stash. And this is what I have so far. Not a lot, but you know, I've got the start. So what I'm doing here is I cast it on 64 stitches on a US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter needle, and I knit 5 rounds of 2x2 rib, 3 rounds of stockinette, 5 rounds of 2x2 rib, 3 rounds of stockinette. Now I'm back into the set of 5 of 2x2 rib, and I think I'm going to do the repeat one more time. So I'm going to do stockinette, 3 rounds of stockinette stitch, one more set of 5 rounds of 2x2 rib, and then I think I'm going to go into my ankle. No, that's going to be the ankle of my sock. I'm going to go into my heel after that.
So it's kind of like a broken rib texture?
Yeah, something. Not like...
Kind of?
Broken rib is like every other round, right?
Yeah.
I just wanted to break it up because I'm knitting just stockinette right now on my other two. And I was like, I don't know. I want to do something different because I don't need vanilla knitting right now. So I thought, well, that'll give me, and I plan on continuing the pattern on the front of the sock after I do the heel. So there's that. All right, you want to talk about one of yours?
All right. So I'm going to talk about my goal that I set for myself for no reason. Okay. But I decided I have 2 pairs of socks I can knit for myself to match Holden's socks, right? So I was like, well, we got 5 days left. Let me try to finish 2 pairs of fingering weight socks. Now, mind you, I only wear a women's size 7, which isn't very big at all. So I started with one sock. This is first sock, which is I call it the black rainbow sock. I mean, you can tell. It's the active yarn. I might have the tag. I just realized. I'm just talking about it. I'm keeping this in my White Rose fiber tote bag. So, yeah, the black yarn is active. In the color number 4680. So that's the tag. And the contrast is the leftovers from my pom pom shawl that I knit for my daughter a couple months ago at this point, in the Sweet Tea yarns in the Royals color, which is what I wanted that yarn for. Like, as soon as I opened the package, I was like, I want it with this sock. And this made me so happy. So it is a 64 stitch sock on a US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter. And it's a 1x1 rib for the cuff, and then heel flap and gusset, yes, slip stitch, heel flap and gusset with the wedge toe. And the rib pattern on it is I believe it's 2x6. Hold on. Yeah, it's a 2x6. So to make it centered on the front of the foot, I did purl 1, knit 6, purl 1. And then for did you see that?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I lined the gusset, so instead of how like this one looks, is a little hard to show you. You normally would decrease and then knit 1, or knit 1 and then decrease. So there's 1 stitch in between the front and the back of the sock when you're knitting it. You know what I mean?
Do you?
Yeah, I always do. Do you not?
I don't think I do.
I always do.
Oh, okay.
So the stitch markers are there
when you pick
up for your heel flap.
Mm-hmm.
When you're done, you pick it up.
Yeah,
for the
I know
gusset,
what you're saying.
Right, and then you put your stitch markers in. There's always a 1 stitch buffer between the stitch marker and where I decrease.
I do so many different heels, I can't remember.
So this one does not have that buffer
myself.
Stitch, basically.
Okay.
But I found the perfect sock recipe for myself, and I'm almost there with Holden for fingering weight sock. But mind you, I don't really knit Holden fingering weight socks at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, like, I think this one's like
the second or third pair.
I'm pretty sure it's only the second pair
okay.
still. So this is like the only second pair.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I need to make his foot a little bit longer. Like, I think this one might be a little short.
Oh, okay.
Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
I think this one might be a little short on his foot, but he'll wear them still.
Has he tried them on yet?
No.
Oh, okay. Yes,
But
you
he
know.
told, I asked him to, and he said, no, you know it fits. And I said, no, I don't. That's why I want you to try it on. He said, no. And I was like, whatever. So he didn't try them on, and I hope they fit him.
Mhm.
But point being is for both our socks, it's the same. So 18 round cuff and then 22 round leg. And then the heel flaps are different, obviously, because I wear a women's 7, he wears a men's 13. So
And you
this
like
is
the
different.
slip stitch, and he likes the stockinette
Yeah.
stitch.
Yeah. So
His is deeper, is what you mean, longer.
So then for the foot, I only knit 70 rounds for myself. But then he needs like 90 almost, So, but I need to find that.
Do you end your toe as wide too?
I end with 20 stitches. I find that the going down to 8 stitches is a little too pointy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I prefer
so you have 10 on each needle.
10 on each needle, yes. So I think that's like my perfect sock. So I mean, like, that's not that much, you know what I mean? So I have to finish one more of these, which I didn't even start yet. So my yarn is just in here in a bag. There they are. They're very pretty. And I think I'm going to have some of the active yarn left over, which is kind of a bummer.
Well, you can use it for cuffs.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to get rid of it or
something.
anything.
Yeah.
I wanted to use up the yarn entirely, but I'm not going to. So.
In this bag by Red's Lady Creates, I have my daughter's, the pattern's by Woolen Pine. It's Scotch and Broom.
Scotch Broom.
Scotch Broom. I wanted to throw "and" in there. Alright. I meant to move that. Sorry. Alright. So I have joined. Okay, let me start. You knit this from the top down, but you knit it, you start out knitting it separately if you're not familiar with it. So I previously had.
Do you want me to hold it and then you talk?
Well.
Oh, you're all caught up.
This panel knit until the join here. And the first 2 rows up here complete, and that's it. So I finished 3 more lace repeats, and then I knit stockinette stitch. I think it was 13. No, 12. 12. And so it was 12 rows. So it's like 6 knitted, 6 purled. Then I joined in the round and knit that much. What I think, this is kind of feeling like a slog, and it's only 180 stitches on the needles. And usually I like a longer cable, but I think I'd prefer knitting this if it was on a shorter cord. So
I prefer to knit on a shorter cord, which is why most of my stuff is always crunched up.
So I think I'm going to look and see if I have a US 5, which is a
I have the one I
3.75 millimeter needle. Is that what it is? 3.75. Yep. And then I think it'll go much quicker. So that's where I am. And then
so pretty.
And then I'll have to. I can't wait to wet block it because I really think it's gonna. That's when it'll show in all of its beauty. But then I'll have to do some seaming up here.
Is she excited about it?
She was when I started it, but I don't really know that she's paid any attention to it since.
I think that would be kind of cute as like a boat neck. I don't know how the pattern's written.
Yeah, they leave it up to you to seam as much as you want, or leave as much open as you want. So my goal is to finish that around this weekend, June 1st. I feel like I haven't had a lot of crafty time lately, so.
Yeah. And then I have one more. So this one was in a Mountain State Stitches bag. And this was my version of the Queen Susan the Gentle. So the mini did not come with that sock set. This is just one I had, which I don't know where it's from. And I just explained everything about this sock other than this is vanilla. So it's a 1.5 US 1.5 2.5 millimeter 64 stitch 18 rounds of 1x1 rib, and then the 22 row leg, flip stitch, heel flap, and gusset, 70 rounds, and then the wedge toe, ending with 20 stitches. So, and the only difference is it's vanilla. So, that's all of it.
Yeah, it doesn't have the ribbing. So.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, this is what I mean. Like, a sock set, I can get a whole two pairs of socks out of. So, that's all I have.
All right, this is going to be a short episode because excuse me, I only have one more project too. It's in this bag that I got from Amazon, and it is my ranunculus. And honestly, I feel bad showing it to you.
Why?
Because I haven't made that much progress on it. That's why. Oh my, everything's a mess. Okay. Here we go. The last time I showed it, I was where the stitch marker up here. And I've just done, what is that, an inch and
Is it?
third, inch and a quarter? I don't know.
Yeah, a little over an inch.
Yeah. So there it is. Oh, look, it looks so good.
Can you see the sparkle?
I can, but
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, I can.
I think that's the first time I've seen it on camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at that sparkle. You want to hold it?
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, this is my ranunculus. I am knitting the size 2 on a US 9, I think.
I think so.
US 9, 5.5 millimeter needle. And I am using this yarn, Jettifra Metal Tweed. That's how I say it. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. No, I don't intend to. I just don't know how to pronounce it. And it is a mix of 28% alpaca, 27% polyacryl, 13% wool, 13% cotton, 10% nylon, and 9% polyester. And it comes in 50-gram balls. I got it at my local yarn store, and I like it.
I like it.
I mean, I don't really, I do. I like it. I don't love it. I don't think it's fantastic, but I also don't hate it either. I like it. And I think it's going to be really pretty once it's knit up. The only reason I don't think it's fantastic is because when I'm knitting with it, I feel like, so it's almost like strands wrapped around like a core, and it'll kind of shift. But other than that, I think it looks great when it's knit. I forgot to tell you what yarn I was using for this. It is Anastasia Sweet Tea Yarns by Molly Klein Design, just so you know. And anything else? Anything else? I also have plans to finish this one by this weekend.
By this weekend?
Yeah.
Okay.
But
my only goal is to finish 2 pairs of socks by Friday.
I mean, when I say by this weekend, I mean by the end of the weekend. So.
Yeah. And then after that, so I mean, all I'm going to have for next time is hopefully 2 more finished socks and then only holding things.
Yep. All right, so that is everything. We do have a knit along, make along that is coming to a close. We will draw prizes for that on June 1st.
Yeah, and we'll announce them next week.
In the next episode. And we still have 2 year-long make-alongs, which is Knit Andrea Mowry patterns and Use Your Stash, right? Yeah. And
we have more plans for make-alongs later.
Oh yeah. So we're going to do Christmas in July, which is going to be
any Christmas themed yarns or Christmas gifts. Basically, if you think it's Christmassy,
if it's yarn you got in your Advent, you can use that and my pattern too. And
basically, if you have some connection to it to Christmas, it's okay. In my opinion.
Yeah.
You know.
And then I was chatting with a comment, or I responded to a comment, and I think her YouTube name is Mrs. Cook Knits or something like that. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But she was saying that this fall she has plans to knit a cardigan or knit a couple cardigans. I can't remember exactly how she worded it. And I said, I have plans to knit cardigans this fall too.
Cardigans intimidate me.
Really?
I don't know why.
Oh.
It's because I do know why. It's because I row out.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. But don't you have plans to knit a cardigan?
But see, I say that, but then this is knit in
Yeah.
pieces, and it looks fine. So I think like over time I fixed it, but like I did notice it for a while if I knit something like this, because you do knit flat for a little bit, you could see it, and it drove me absolutely crazy, which is why I've started cardigans and ripped them out before.
Oh, okay.
It drives me crazy when I see it, so maybe it will be okay.
Well, I have plans to finish a cardigan and cast 2 cardigans on.
I have so many cardigans I want.
I think we're going to do Christmas in July, and then August 15th we're going to start the cardigan knit along, and it'll go to, what did I say, November 15th?
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, November 15th I think is what I said. So, but whips will be allowed as long as it's cardigan, and it doesn't have to be long sleeve, it can be short sleeves. So anyway, we'll get into more detail
when they come closer.
Yeah, when they come closer. But all right, so thanks for sticking with us, and if you made it this far, and we will see you next week.
Yep.
All right. Bye.
Bye.